Is your client's pregnant belly squashed? Is the belly greater from side to side as opposed to vertical? Join me in today's podcast as I talk about working with the round ligament to allow more space for the baby within the abdominal cavity. Hello, friends. This is Lynn Schulte, and you are listening to the Birth Healing Summit podcast. We are here for meaningful conversations that will transform the way you work with pregnant and postpartum clients. Whether it is a new perspective, tool, or technique, you'll be able to implement it into your practice today. I invite you to sit back, listen with an open mind, and grab the golden nugget today's guest has to offer. Now let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the round ligament in pregnancy. And I have to say that this is the round ligament and the uterosacral ligament kind of are tied in my mind for the most fun ligaments to work with the uterus. The uterosacral ligament tends to create more of a rotational tension to the uterus, and the round ligament tends to create more of a side bending or a squashing of the uterus in pregnancy. And so we're going to talk today about the round ligament because I just had a couple of case studies in the last couple of weeks that all round ligament issues and during pregnancy. And the change in the bellies of our pregnant clients is just so dramatic. And for those of you listening to this on audio, I'm going to share some pictures from a blog post that I recently wrote in the last month or two that you can find on my blog post on my website. And you can look at them or go to YouTube and watch this podcast so you can see the pictures and what I'm talking about and the massive changes in the belly. So the round ligament is responsible for the balance of the fundus. So if the fundus is not stacked right on top of the baby's head, ideally in the pelvis later on in pregnancy, then if the fundus is off to one side, a lot of times it's the round ligament that is tight that is causing that fundus to be off. And we hear a lot of clients complaining about, the twinges, the twanging of the round ligaments, and that can just be from baby moving around. But I have to say, if your clients are getting it a lot, please, or if even they even complain about that, check out the round ligament and learn how to release it because it's just so impactful for helping to get baby to be able to line up well for birth. And a lot of times the round ligament, there may be a twang on one side and it may alternate back and forth. That could be that both of them are tight. If it's constantly on one side, that's really an indicator that there's too much tension in that ligament. So, if your clients are complaining about that, figure out how to release the round ligament and know that I teach you how to do so in the pregnancy course. My holistic treatment of the post pregnant body course teaches you how to treat the round ligament. And I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen here. So you all watching this on video can see this client that came to see me had, this was the belly that she, and this is taken in supine. The first two pictures are taken in supine, and then the last picture is after doing an inversion. And what's significant about the picture on the left is that the belly, it looks like the baby's kind of going side to side. So there's this bulging out laterally on either side of the belly. And so to me, when baby looks like, or the belly looks like it's going to side, that could be a real indicator that both round ligaments are restricted in some way and not fully able to lengthen, because the belly, ideally the baby should be more vertical and horizontal in the belly as it's growing. And if baby's having to go out side to side, that's telling you that there's restriction in there. Because remember, baby's going to go where there's space. And if the round ligaments aren't able to lengthen to allow baby to go up, then baby's going to go out. And the other thing that's really cool on these pictures is looking at her linea nigra, because her linea nigra is definitely the bottom line as it approaches the umbilicus from below is veering off to her right. And so I did find that her right posterior rib cage was really restricted and tight. And so I released that. And then the middle picture is after the release of the posterior right ribs. Let's see here. There's a picture before the session on this blog post, but unfortunately I didn't take that great of a picture. But the baby's head was off to the right, just slightly to the left. Sorry. The baby's head was slightly to the left because the tension from the right side was pushing baby to the left. And so after releasing the posterior ribs, and then the middle picture is after treating the round ligament, you can see that the belly isn't as squashed down. The side to side is still there, but it's not as prominent as the first picture. And then after I do the release work, I actually then have my clients do an inversion and then come back up. And the picture on the right-hand side is post-treatment. You can see the linea nigra is a little bit more straight up and down, and the belly is more up and down, and it's not as off to the side as the other couple of pictures are. So it's so fascinating to see the changes in the belly. And I've also seen it a couple of times in my live pregnancy courses. In the live course, we try to bring in some pregnant clients for you to assess and work with in a group to be able to apply everything that you just learned. And I know when I was out in Seattle, there was one of the volunteers had a massive side to side belly, and they finished the treatment with her doing an inversion, and man, did that belly just go vertical. It was just baby was straight up and down, and we all said, oh, we wish we would have taken a before and after picture because it was so significant. And then just recently, I was in New York teaching the pregnancy course. And again, we had another volunteer who came in. And this is what was so interesting. And Jerry White of Hudson Valley Physical Therapy just posted this on her Instagram. And if you guys want to scroll through her Instagram feed and look for the bellies, you'll see a before treatment and after treatment. And the volunteer came in and was complaining of left-sided tension and restless leg syndrome on the left side. And they found all restrictions, all three uterine ligaments were restricted on the left-hand side. And she had this cute little round belly, but it was slightly off to the left. And the students worked together to release those ligaments, had her do an inversion and come back up. And the client or the volunteer said that she felt so much better. She was able to breathe better. And then she reported back to Jerry the next day that the restless leg syndrome was nearly gone after that. So I find that so fascinating. I mean, who knew that positioning of the baby could be causing the restless leg syndrome? And creating space and balance in the body can help that. So the round ligament is just absolutely fascinating. And the amount of stretch that it goes through, the lengthening that it goes through during pregnancy is just unreal. The body, what it's capable of doing, the tissue's ability to expand is just phenomenal. So please make knowing how to assess and treat for the round ligament a part of your treatment and assessment plan. It is so critical for your pregnant clients to help baby get into the best position possible for birth. And those ligaments need to be balanced to be able to create space for the baby. So please check out, there's 2 blog posts on my website that are pretty recent. If you go look at them now, they're case studies, pregnancy case study, and 2 case studies on pregnancy. So check those out because there's beautiful pictures of the before and after and the changes in the belly after doing this release work. Phenomenal. And we are so lucky that we get to do this work. So thank you everybody for listening in. Here's to assessing and treating round ligaments, all the ligaments of the uterus during pregnancy. So important to help baby get into the best position to come on out in the smoothest, easiest birth possible for your clients. So thanks for listening into this episode, everybody. And if you're interested in learning how to assess and treat the round ligament, I am offering a live online cohort. So sorry, I shouldn't have said live, but it is kind of live, but it's online. So an online cohort starting May 6th for the pregnancy, the holistic treatment of the pregnant body course. In this cohort, we are going to be we're going to start off with an orientation call. I'm going to do another call in the middle of the course, and then we're going to do a celebratory call at the end to answer any questions and to have a graduation. So you'll get weekly email support, and there's a forum for the students going through it. You'll be going with other students in the orientation call. I'm going to encourage you to find a partner to support your progress through the course so that you can both hold each other accountable to getting the material done and practicing on people. And that way you will have as much support as possible to get through the material. And that is our goal. We want you to not just purchase our courses, but freaking take them. Get through the courses, everybody. So please join us for this online cohort starting May 6th. Registration will be open at the end of April. And so please check that out and join us so that you can get the support that you need to get through the material, learn it, get it in your hands, and start applying it so that you can really make a great effective change in your pregnant clients. All right. I'll look forward to seeing you all in that cohort. Take care. And here is to smoother births and faster recoveries. See you all in the next episode, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Today's podcast was brought to you by the Institute for Birth Healing. To discover more, visit instituteforbirthhealing.com. To claim $50 off of any online course, use coupon code podcast50 at checkout. Till next time, I'm Lynn Schulte, founder of the Institute for Birth Healing.